Everybody can be somebody, and everybody is free to make a difference.
This is Dick Edwards for GARS, the Georgia Radio Reading Service. The Governor's Council on Developmental Disabilities' 11th Annual Disability Day. Here's Frank Ski, the MC of today's ceremonies.
Isn't it a wonderful day today? It's a wonderful day because we know that change is coming. And we know now more than ever that our voices can be heard when we determine that we as a people want to make change. So how many people here want to make change? All right. And we want all of our folks inside of this building behind me to understand how important that change is. So at this time, I would like to introduce Tom Siegmuller.
Could you believe that we've been coming to the Capitol together for 11 years now? 11 years. How many of you have been here all 11 years? Raise your hand, shout out. How many of you are visiting the Capitol the first time today? Yeah. How many of you came from the mountains in North Georgia? How many of you drove all the way up from South Georgia like I did? How many came from the eastern part of the state, near Savannah, Augusta, and our coast? How about the borders of Alabama? And finally, how many are here from Atlanta?
Picture a world where the people all feel their worth. Children are everywhere. Now there is a reason for everyone's time on earth.
Why are you here today?
Georgia Council of the Blind.
I am here because we're trying to spread awareness about the traumatic brain injury and acquired brain injury throughout the state.
Our son, Courtney, has autism, and we came to advocate and rally for him.
I'm a student at UGA, and I'm a disabled single mom.
Senator Nan Orrick from the 36th District.
Welcome to the state capitol. This is your capital. Thank you for coming today and being a voice for those who've been locked out. The day is gone when people with disabilities stayed behind closed doors and stayed in the shadows and just hoped for some decent treatment. That day is gone. You have put a face on the faceless.
Good morning, I'm Eric Jacobson, Executive Director of the Governor's Council on Developmental Disabilities. So today is an opportunity. It's an opportunity to hear from our legislators and talk with them about the growing need for real careers, real homes, real learning, real supports. It's about real communities. We know the economy is bad, but we need to hear their commitment to unlocking the waiting list and to providing the funds for new developmental disability waivers and independent care waiver slots. So let me see all of your signs and hear all of your voices so they hear you back there.
You don't have to be a big celebrity. You don't have to feel the power in your soul. No, no.
5 years ago, advocates and self-advocates got together when we decided it was time for Georgia to fully comply with the Olmstead decision. We came up with our own chant. The words to the chant are, get us out, keep us out, don't put us in.
Get us out, keep us out, don't put us in. Get us out, keep us out, don't put us in.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. All right. It's time for us to introduce our keynote speaker. As a child with Tourette's syndrome, Brad Cohen was beaten, mocked, and shunned. As an adult, Brad overcame all the odds to become an award-winning teacher, Teacher of the Year for the state of Georgia.
I have a disability. But the reason I have a disability is not because I think I have a disability, it's because other people think that I have a disability. Other people think that I can't do things. Well, I stand here today as a role model for people in Georgia, for people who have disabilities, to remind them to never give up. Thank you all for coming here and supporting what we need. Thank you to the Capitol for listening to us. Thank you.
And that wraps up our coverage here of the 11th Annual Disability Day at the Capitol. This is Dick Edwards for GARS, the Georgia Radio Reading Service.